Now, having finished problem number 1 and understanding problem number 1, we are going to problem number 3. Let us see how different this problem is from the previous problem. There's one major difference here. Let's read the problem. Take your pencil and come to the problem. Prepare a common size balance sheet, underline common size balance sheet, and comment on the financial position of A Limited and B Limited. The balance sheets of A and B Limited as on 31/3/14 are given below. Now, if you look at this, there are two different companies and the data is taken only for 1 year, the current year. So this is called inter-firm comparison. So solution for problem number 3, balance sheet of A Limited and B Limited as on 31/3/14. Here we are taking the data for A Limited and here we are taking the data for B Limited. In the previous problem we took one company, Vishal Paper Limited, and took the data for 2 different years, that is the current year and the previous year, and we solved the problem. That is called inter-period comparison. But here we are taking the data for 1 year, that is the current year, and we are taking 2 different companies and comparing it, and this is called as inter-firm comparison. So this inter-firm comparison is possible only in common size statements. So that's the new point, and in the particulars column we take the pro forma of the balance sheet because we are doing the common size balance sheet. Then we have A Limited and B Limited. First we need to fill up the amount columns only. Let us mark the problem. Then we have share capital, it is share capital. SC, reserves and surplus, it is reserves and surplus. Non-current liabilities, so we'll assume that the non-current liabilities to be long-term borrowing. You can make any assumption whatever you want. Current liabilities, as usual in the previous problem also we assume to be other current liabilities, and here also we'll assume to be other current liabilities. On the asset side you have non-current asset. We'll assume that all these assets are fixed assets, and current assets we'll assume it to be other current assets. So that's how the marking is done. Then we have A Limited and B Limited, and this is called inter-firm comparison. So let us go to the problem and start off. Share capital for A Limited it is 4 lakhs, for B Limited it is 5,40,000. Reserves and surplus for A Limited it is 2 lakhs, for B Limited it is 2,60,000. Then we have non-current liability. We assume it to be long-term borrowings. So for A Limited it is 3 lakhs, for B Limited it is 2,50,000. Then we come to current liabilities. We assume it to be other current, that is short-term liability. For A Limited it is 1 lakh, for B Limited it is 1,50,000. Now we go to the asset side, non-current assets. For A Limited it is, so we assume it to be fixed assets. So for A Limited it is 4 lakhs, for B Limited it is 7 lakhs. Then it is current assets. Current assets, we assume it to be other current assets. For A Limited it is 6 lakhs, for B Limited it is 5 lakhs. Now this is what it is. So 6 plus 4, this total is 10 lakhs. 4, 6, 9, 10, this total is 10 lakhs. Come to this side, 7 plus 5, this total is 12 lakhs. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, this total is 12 lakhs. And we know for A Limited total liabilities and total assets are equal. For B Limited total liabilities and total assets are equal. Always first we must fill in only the amount column. Always first We must fill in only the amount column. Then only we must come to the percentage column. Now we come to the percentage column, we come to the liability side. So for share capital, individual liability, what is it? It is 4 lakhs. Divided by total liability, how much is it? It is 10 lakhs into 100. Next, we have reserves and surplus. Individual liability, that is 2 lakhs. Divided by total liability, that is 10 lakhs into 100. Next, we come to long-term borrowing. Long-term borrowing, individual liability, that is 3 lakhs. Divided by total liability here, that is 10 lakhs into 100. So this is how it's coming. So here the percentage is 40%, here the percentage is 20%, here the percentage is 30%, and so on. So here the percentage is 40%, 20%, 30%. Individual liability 1 lakh divided by total liability 10 lakhs into 100, that is 10%. So always total liability. So individual liability 10 lakhs divided by total liability 10 lakhs into 100. So this is always 100%. And total assets also would always be 100%. Now come to assets. We are taking the first asset as fixed asset. So individual asset, how much is it? 4 lakhs. Divided by total asset, how much? 10 lakhs into 100. Then we have other current assets. Individual asset, it is 6 lakhs. Divided by total assets, that is 10 lakhs into 100. So here it is 40%, here it is 60%. We come here, this is 40% and this is 60%. So like that, first you must fill in the amount columns, then only you must come and fill in, the percentage column. And finally we go to the B limited. So we go to the B limited. Individual liability 5,40,000 divided by total liability 12 lakhs into 100. So that is going to give us 45%. Individual liability 2,60,000 divided by total liability 12 lakhs into 100. So that is going to give us 21.67%. Individual liability 2,50,000 divided by total liability 12 lakhs into 100. That is going to give us 20.83%. Individual liability 1,50,000 divided by total liability 12 lakhs into 100. So that is going to give us 12.50%, and obviously this would be 100%. Similarly, when we come to the asset, individual asset 7 lakhs divided by total asset 12 lakhs into 100. That is going to give us 58.33%. And finally, individual asset 5 lakh divided by total asset 12 lakhs into 100. So that will give us 41.67%. And this would be 100%. And this is how we calculate the percentage. With this, we conclude common size balance sheet. Problem number 1, we have seen inter-period comparison. We took one company, 2 different years, and we done it. And in problem 3, we have seen inter-firm comparison. We took data for 1 year, that is the current year. We took 2 different companies, A Limited and B Limited, and went about solving the problem. I hope it's easy. And with this, we conclude today's class, and thank you.